It's too dangerous. Definitely not this one.
You don't have to say definitely like that. Holy shit! There are arrows more dangerous than that one?
Greetings, sir. This may concern Christian Aguilar here, back with another series review. And in today's series review, I'm going to be reviewing episode 4 of Marvel's Hawkeye. Before I get into my review, I'm going to warn you that I'm going to spoil a handful of things from this episode. I'm not going to go into full detail about each spoiler, but I will be mentioning things that are very much a spoiler. So make sure you go and watch the episode first, and then you come and watch my review. So with that out of the way, I enjoyed this episode of Hawkeye. I mean, this really amps up towards the end of this episode. It really, kicks into high gear, and it really makes you hype for next week's episode. I really wonder where this show is going to go moving forward. I mentioned in my last review that I hope there isn't like a slow down reflective period, that I hope it just keeps amping up each episode. However, this episode is that reflective episode. You just gotta have these down moments with these characters in order to really flesh them out, and have this time to really breathe and live with their consequences and live in the situation that you're currently putting them in. It makes sense, and I really enjoyed this episode. I love the interactions with, of course, Jeremy Renner and Haley Steinfeld. A lot of their downtime in this episode felt really fun. It felt really cozy because, again, Clint is away from his family, and he promised to do a lot of festive things with his family, but he's not there because, again, the mantle of Hawkeye and the mantle of Ronin are dangerous mantles to carry around, and if they aren't put to rest and things aren't resolved around those mantles, it could bring danger to his family. So that's why he has to make this sacrifice in order to clear things out. He has to clear the air before he can go back home. So I love how we have both Kate and Clint that are so very far away from their families. Kate in terms of they're very distant, they don't really know how to communicate with each other, and also her stepdad being the swordsman, which is the main antagonist for the series. So there's a whole bunch of animosity going on with Kate's family, which makes her very distant. So you have these two characters that are distant from their family come together and make a family amongst themselves. I just love seeing Clint bandage himself up, ice himself in areas that hurt, because that makes him human. He is human. Again, he does not have any superpowers, maybe the incredible ability to aim. So other than that, I mean, he is human. He's not indestructible. I just like those little touches that they add to the character. It just makes him feel very grounded and very real. I love how there's a lot of moments in here that can make you laugh, that makes you smile, and that can get you a little emotional at times. I just love seeing Clint, Kate, and Lucky all sit around the couch just eating pizza, watching TV. It feels something very much out of the comic book. Again, this downtime plays out really well in this episode. It lets these characters breathe in such a way that I don't think a lot of other big Marvel movies would have done with their characters. There's not a lot of downtime when it comes to big Avengers level threats. So to explore the street level heroes and then to explore their downtime is really interesting to see. Again, it makes them all the more real. It makes them all the more human. I can see a lot of fans, new and old, gravitating towards that. I'm liking how Clint and Kate's relationship is developing. It is very much going in towards the mentor route now, way more than ever. I hope it continues to go in that route. However, as we see towards the end of this episode, he wants to split paths. He thinks what's happening is way too dangerous for her to be his partner with. And as an audience member, you can't help but agree, Kate is very much inexperienced, especially going up against the threats that are seen at the end of this episode. It is really cool to see Kate, Clint, Echo, and a mysterious assassin all go at it on a New York nighttime rooftop. It was just such a cool scene, and the reveal that the assassin is Yelena Belova from Black Widow. Florence Pugh makes her television debut on the streaming service. It's so cool how they crossed them over this early. I mean, a lot of people suspected it. If you saw the post-credit scene in Black Widow, you knew very well she was probably going to show up in the Hawkeye series, and she did. She's finally here, and I cannot wait to see how they're going to weave her narrative further down the line. I hope we see more of her in the rest of this season, the last 2 episodes. But if this is the only cameo we get as of now, they love teasing us, man. And I wonder when the next time Clint and Yelena will cross over. Maybe in an Avengers movie? Will there be a Hawkeye movie? Will there be a Black Widow 2? who knows? It would be very interesting to see if she's not in the last 2 episodes of this season. I really hope she is, and I really hope they're able to pay off the Kingpin setup and this Yelena Belova setup. Something's gonna happen in these last 2 episodes, and I just cannot wait for it. But until then, my rating for this episode is a solid 4 out of 5 Skarsgårds. This show's staying within the 4 to 5 range, 4.5. It's not really lowering, which is good. So overall, it'll be very interesting to see, especially with the last 2 episodes, overall how it's going to rank. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for listening to the end of it. Have you seen an episode of Hawkeye? What did you think of it? Let me know down below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Support this little side hobby I am doing. Rendered image every Thursday and Sunday night, 8:30 p.m. on YouTube. Link to the channel will be down below in the description. Hope you're all safe and well out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.